Alright, the other day we had gotten at least to slide 4. We had added our action buttons to our second slide of our job. Okay? Now this slide is pretty much going to stay uniform throughout the entire 3D room. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy this slide and paste it several times. Okay? So let me show you what we're going to do. You go to slide 4. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go up to copy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it. So it gives me slide 5. So again, as you can see, that just what you've done is just create the exact same slide quickly. And because it's got to repeat, because you have to have the previous button, you have to have the forward button to get to the next slide. Because on our career questionnaire we have 6 questions, so we have to have 6 slides for each one of the questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control B again, Control B again, and then Control B again until I get to slide 8. Remember, every slide has to have, except for your first 2 slides. First 2 slides, the title slide in the 3D room. But every slide after that have to have 2 action buttons. Okay? Now, slide 8 is your last slide for whatever job it is. In this case, this is our first one, so this one's my teacher job. Well, my action buttons are going to change because I don't want them to be able to go to the next slide, which would be my next job. Okay? So I'm going to get rid of that button. Well, you just simply click on it, and you can right click on it and click on cut, or I can just click on it and hit backspace. Okay? But I have to add another button because I said every single slide has to have 2 action buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to slide 3, and that home button that I have at the top, I'm going to copy it. So I clicked on it and I did Control C. I'm going to go back to that last slide, slide 8, and Control V. As you can see there now, it pops up in the exact same spot. Remember, I said keep your buttons consistent throughout the entire presentation so that your audience, whoever's looking over it, does not have to spend time looking for your buttons. It gets a little annoying. And since I'm grading your PowerPoints, you don't want to annoy me. Okay? Alright, so we keep them consistent. Now, this really, when you go to, everybody go to the View ribbon. And then go to Slide Sorter. In this view, you can see all the slides you've created. So, you've got your first slide, which is the title slide. Then your 3D room, and now you have your 6 slides for your job. Okay, and that corresponds with your career questionnaires that you're going to start copying that information, pasting in each slide. Like slide 1, your first question for the career questionnaire was, or the first thing you were supposed to do is a brief description of that job. Okay, so you would just, all you have to do is simply copy and paste. That's it. Okay, that's why we did the career questionnaire separate. Alright, so that makes it easier for you. Now, here's what I want to do though. Let's make it now that we can get to this slide. So double click on slide 2, your 3D room. Okay, then double click on the center picture frame. The reason we're doing this is because the center of the room is the one your eyes immediately go to when you first get to this 3D room. Okay? Remember, we had been looking for pictures to start filling our slides in that with. Okay? And I told you, we're supposed to be saving these pictures, not copying and pasting. Okay? So this is where it becomes important to have done those directions correctly. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Shape Fill at the top. Go down to Picture and click on Picture. The window that pops up will probably be your Insert Picture, My Pictures. Okay? What you need to do is go to your files and go to where you have been saving your pictures and get your #1 job, the one that you hope to get when you get older. Find that one picture that you want. Double click on it. So I'm going to go to where I've been putting my pictures at. I'll go with the old man teacher. I fill it. Okay? I've done a fill. It's not a copy and paste. We want to fill that picture frame with the actual picture. We are going to do that throughout this whole thing. These 5 pictures we're going to fill. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have this highlighted, make sure this is still selected. Go to Insert and go to Action. Now I'm going to hyperlink that picture to the corresponding slide, the very first slide of that career. Okay? So what I'm going to do is do a hyperlink. Now, with this one, it says next slide, which is appropriate because really right after that 3D room, the next slide is your teacher job. But we're not going to use it that way. You're going to see how we're going to link these together using a different way. Okay? Because when you do the other 4 pictures, it's going to be a little bit different. Okay? Because you're going to have to actually do it this way. So let's just pretend this doesn't go to the next slide. And let's go to the down window here, down arrow. And then we're going to kind of scroll down until we see where it says slide ... Click on it. When I click on it, I'll notice that it shows all the slides that I have created. The one slide that I wanted to go to is slide number 3 where it says teacher. That's the very first slide of that job, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to check to make sure my button works correctly. So I'm going to go to my preview window, which remember the icon's right down here at the bottom right. Click on it, and now I'm going to click on him. And it goes right to that. Now I'm going to click on my button at the top, make sure it works. Takes me right back. So I'm good. Then I'll click on exit, make sure that button works correctly. Boom. I'm good. Okay? Now we've just done a lot of work. What should we do probably?
Save it.
Save it. Do a Control S real quick. Alright, now we've created this picture here. Now what we have to do is when we click on that picture, it takes us to the first slide. What I like to do is make sure that first slide that the person goes to, okay, in this case it's slide 3, so click on slide 3. I want them to know for sure they went to the right slide. Well, the way we do that is we put the exact same picture they just clicked on this slide. Now, again, we're just going to do a shape fill. Now, we could do a copy and paste and that. Let's not do that. Let's be creative. Okay, I'm going to go to Shapes up at the top. Make sure your Insert ribbon to Shapes. And now I'm going to choose a shape. Now, I'm just going to choose something simple. I'm just going to choose right here, which is an oval. You can choose any shape. I'm going to draw it. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to my Format, Shape Fill, Picture. Now I'm going to choose the same exact picture that I just filled, and right there we go. I got to create another same exact picture. All right, are we good on that? Anybody got any questions on this? So every slide that you do should have 2 action buttons and a picture. Remember, you've looked up pictures, so you should have plenty of pictures to be able to put in there. Now, the way we're doing them a little bit different, instead of just copying them, paste them like we've done in the past, we're actually doing a fill for every picture. It kind of gives you a nice little framing around it. But as you notice, depending on what shape you use, your shape kind of gets cut off. So be careful of what using. If I do these kinds of shapes, the ones that are missing parts of them, or even the frame, all you're going to do is fill in whatever is in the whatever that shape is. So, like if you do a smiley face, part of the middle will be gone, or if you do this little thing, the no symbol, then part of it's going to be done. So watch how you're filling it. Okay. All right. All right. Let me show you one other thing. Now I got a couple of things I need to show you, but let me show you this next thing. Let's go back to slide 2 again. Go back to slide 2. Okay. We have these 2 side walls, wall 2 and 4. We have manipulated this trapezoid so that it comes in a little bit differently. Let me show you something. Click on wall 2. Double click on it. We're going to go to shape fill. Go down to picture. Choose another picture that you want to use of another job. Okay? I don't care if your secondary job, if it's your job, third job, whatever. Just choose a picture of another job. Okay? So I'm going to go where I've got some other ones at. So I'm going to choose this angry looking line. I'm going to double click on it and put it in. Notice how it came in. What's wrong with it? Kind of looks almost like it's up. It's not really upside down, it's turned. Remember what we did to this shape. Didn't we have to turn it? Remember how we turned it? When we put this in here, we rotate it 90 degrees. Alright? So what we have to do is we have to fix this. There's an easy fix. All we have to do is right click on it. Right click on that image. Go to format picture. Go up to fill. Then down at the bottom, do you see where it says rotate with shape? It has a check mark. Click on that check mark, get rid of it, and then click close and see your picture now. Now it should have came in correctly. Okay, so that adjusts that picture. Okay, so that it comes in the way you want it to come in instead of it going all crazy on you and everything. Okay, again, when we get more slides, then you'll put that one so it links to whatever the first slide is that you want to do. Alright, I'm going to save mine real quick and just Control-S it. Alright, now let's talk about the design aspect of this. Let's go to slide 1. Everybody go to slide 1. Now, designing it with the color schemes and all that kind of stuff, you can make this as complicated as you want. You can design your own scheme if you want to, or you can go with the themes that Microsoft has already given you. Now, here's where you do it. Let's go to Design at the top, Design ribbon. Again, they've got all these different designs that you can do. Okay, they're pretty cool. All right, I like them. All right, You can also do your own color schemes over here at the right hand side of that. Again, they give you a bunch, or you can create your own. You can also do where you're filling in this, the background for your slides here. You can also go background styles. You can choose different ones that you want. You can apply to all of them. To me, right now, with this project, I would just choose one of the themes. Now, you can be as creative as you want later with your own PowerPoints, but just to keep things simple, I would really choose your own theme. Now, when you choose your own theme, okay, I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these. When I choose my own theme, it changes everything. It also might change the color of your walls, color of your picture frames, and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, mine changed. Look up here. You'll see mine. I'm going to Control Z it. See how my walls are a different color? See this? Now watch when I choose this color scheme again. It changed. Now, again, if you don't like the walls that you got, that they changed, you can go back and fix that. Okay? So, but I'm going to keep it like that. I'm really not too unhappy with the way that looks. I'm okay with that. Alright? But if anything changed on you that is a little bit different, like I know one of the themes I've done before, it's created a, on these here and these shapes here, it's put a dotted line around it, a dash. Well, I just simply go back into it and I just change the dashes, which is just simply I double click on this and I go to shape outline, and then I go to dashes, and then I make it a single line. Okay, the solid there. Alright, so that's could be an issue. But if you notice now, some of my stuff has moved around. So I may have to move this, like your pictures don't have a particular spot that they need to go. So depending on what you choose as far as your design may affect where you're putting everything. Okay? Again, I don't care what you choose. If you decide you really want to do your own designs, fine. But remember, we do have a limited amount of time to get this finished. Okay? Alright, are we good with this part of it? Okay, now, let's talk about one more piece of this, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to go, I like using this when I'm going to do this next thing. I like going to the view and doing the slide sorter view. What I have here are all the slides I've done. I have right now in front of me my template for what I'm going to do for the next my next 24 slides. I have my template. The only thing that's going to change is instead of teacher, it's going to be my next job. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right now I've selected slide number 3. I'm going to hold down my shift key and just go to slide number 8, and that highlights all of them. Okay? Except for slides 1 and 2, because I'm not going to do anything with them. Alright? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy. So I'm going to do Control C. Then I'm going to click off of 8. And see how my cursor is blinking now after slide 8? And I'm going to paste it. Control V. I've just created my next slides. All my other slides. And it's got the same buttons I need. It's got my title and everything. Now the only thing I really need to change is what? Yeah, the teacher. So it'd have to be my other job. Let's say in this case, let's say it's athletic trainer. Okay, so athletic trainer. So what I'm going to do is just copy that from there and then go to each one of those new slides that I just developed, that I just created. I'm just going to paste them.
How do we get off the slide sorter? How do we get off the slide sorter?
How do you get off of it?
Yeah.
Double click on whatever slide you want to go to. Sorry. And just like that, in less than 2 minutes, I now have 6 more new slides that I put up there. Hold shift. C. And click after A. Control V it. There you go. Yeah, I would take off. Yeah, don't forget you had a picture like on this mine for this athletic trainer. Well, this isn't a picture for an athletic trainer. I could simply, if I would have keep the same shape, not create a bunch of work for me, I could simply just go to double click on the shape, go to shape fill, and change the picture to that, which matches them from this one. So now I would just hyperlink that picture to that other slide. So I just insert, action, hyperlink, and then kind of scroll down, slide, athletic trainer. Click OK. Now I can double check. I can double check everything now. So I can go to here. Right there it is, athletic trainer. I can go back to there, here. But it's important that you get your designs and that kind of stuff down. Get your designs so you know what you're doing, so that you don't have to go back and fix everything once you get all your slides done. Once you get done, you should have something as far as where we're going to stop at today, that where you have 32 slides. This is one I did earlier. So all I'm doing is copying and pasting all the work I've already done, but make sure you got your design of what you want, and then you can start throwing in your pictures and doing all that kind of stuff. Alright? Any questions? Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let you take the rest of the time to work on getting 32 slides done, since I've shown you all the rest of this, and then the next day I'm going to show you the bibliography, how to get that in, and even how to create a rug. Okay, so get going on yours, and we'll try to get to a stopping point today.
So we just